What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Atlantic Files, the number one podcast on the number one division in the NBA, brought to you by the Underdog Sports Podcast Network. As always, joined by your hosts, myself, Alex Fishbein, and I got Dennis Clausen. What's going on, Dennis?
If you're looking for energy, you've come to the wrong place. Because I am tired. I'm not really that tired. You ever get one of those moods where you're tired, but you don't want to go to bed, but you just don't want to fucking do anything?
Oh, yeah. You're just tired of the world, but you're not sleepy tired.
Yeah, not in a way like I want to kill myself or anything.
Well, yeah, not
like you don't got to send the authorities over. I'm just saying, like maybe
not
along
in
the line,
a depressed way.
Right. Well, I mean, there's been times I want to jump off a bridge, but I'm only kidding. I would be scared. No, hell no. Honestly, I'd be scared because to do any of that because I feel like I would get hurt. Like I would hurt. Like it would hurt. So that's enough deterrent for me it should be anybody get their act together. But yeah, no, not in a way like I want to jump in front of a car. Like as in like I think my brain is on Sundays in football season.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready for NFL Red Zone. Jennifer Dibble here says, I've been waiting for you, Daddy Dennis. And WCHS here said, where's the football talk? So, on cue.
Yeah, WCH, whoever. Yeah, no, I can't wait for football. I just... I'm all flustered. A girl called me daddy, so now I can't fucking... I usually don't get that a lot anymore. The only, I was going to say the only person that calls me daddy is a 10-year-old, but then that would make me sound like a pedophile. but that's true. I do. My daughter's 10. She calls me daddy. And that's the only... what is that? Nambla or whatever? The man... You know what? I'm not... I'm not going down that road.
We're not going to go too far down that rabbit hole. Daniel says, the more you say you're not going to kill yourself, the more I'm starting to think you're going to.
No, I'd be scared that I'm good. I'd be, yeah. Knowing my luck, I would still live and I would just be like paralyzed. And I would be even more useless than I am now, which is hard to imagine.
I mean... This might be dark, but then more time to just sit and watch sports.
What about July?
True. You just have to become a baseball fan.
Because July's horrible, because I hate going outside, and there's nothing to watch on TV. Thank God Shark Week is on in July, because the baseball is garbage.
Oh, I agree. I mean, I'm going to a Phillies game tomorrow, but I still agree.
I just want it to get dark at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I want it to be -20 outside. That way everybody leaves you alone, and you could just sit there and watch TV all day.
I will say the one thing I like about cold weather versus hot weather is I don't have to walk outside and worry about mosquitoes and bugs and bullshit like that. I love that aspect.
I don't go outside, so I don't. on a very rare time I do go outside and there's mosquitoes, I'm out. I'm like, I can't do this. I'm out.
Oh, I hate it. It's the worst.
It's so horrible. But it's a good time of year. Football's coming up. We got the football, basketball training camps around the corner. Thanksgiving, it's always a good time. Christmas is always good.
Hell,
it's a good time of year. Then January just goes to nothing.
Oh yeah. And I will also say that when it comes to the colder weather and everything like that, it's I gotta say, I'm a big pumpkin person. I don't know about you.
Don't fucking start.
I don't know about you, but I'm a big... Look, Wawa already has pumpkin spice coffee out.
Don't fucking do that.
I've already gotten 1 cup so far of the pumpkin. I'm all
You're
in.
a sellout.
And Jennifer asks Daddy Den, when are you going to get your pumpkin spice latte? And WCHS says, can't wait for pumpkin spice coffee. So I got people on my side.
What's going on?
I got people on my side.
You know when you get pumpkin spice coffee?
When?
Halloween time. Does it look like anywhere near Halloween time at this point? No.
Look, the moment you get to the week of Labor Day, to me, it's already fall.
You're such a pawn for the mainstream corporate media's agenda of global domination by hooking all you white fuckers on pumpkin spice.
The one time I went to a Starbucks with Deanna, and it was like we were somewhere for her friend's wedding.
It's even worse.
I usually hate Starbucks. I am not a Starbucks person. Their coffee is always trash to me. However, we go through the drive-thru, and I got like a pumpkin muffin or a scone or whatever the hell it was, right. and a pumpkin coffee.
That's a lot of pumpkin.
And I forget what Deanna got, but the lady like goes to give all the pumpkin stuff to her, and she's like, "No, that's his." And the look on her face was like, "What the fuck?"
She's basically calling you a pussy.
Essentially, pretty much. And Danny says it's always Halloween time to me.
I mean, I don't really like Halloween either.
I mean, Halloween as a holiday is whatever.
Halloween's like, I like Halloween like for the kids. I like not. Boy, I'm making myself sound even more like a pedophile.
No. We have to worry about you a lot. Jeez.
I like Halloween, like as in terms of I like taking my daughter trick or treating. Okay.
And
I think the kids when they dress up, they look cute.
Yes.
All right, they're cute. I draw the line is because I hate like a 45-year-old like single mom, like got like 4 kids at home with like 4 different dads. She's out at the bar, fucking smoking a pack of cigarettes and all drunk, dressed as a slutty nurse. It's like this isn't Halloween's not your time, honey. You had your time. Let's let the kids have fun.
Agree.
It's a waste of time.
Danny says, "Oh boy, a fellow NAMBLE member." But no, you can always see what movie or pop culture reference was big that year based on how many girls go out as that thing for Halloween.
Oh God, what was the last year?
A lot of them were what's her name from the girl that's with the Joker.
Oh, that's still happening.
I know, it's still going on, but she was big then. And now it's going to be Barbie. With the Barbie movie, every fucking person and their mother is going to be Barbie. I'm sure every couple, they're going to, like, especially younger white couples, are going to be Barbie and Ken.
Right.
Without a doubt.
Especially...
The one year, Deanna and I were fucking Scooby-Doo. I was Shaggy, she was Daphne. I was Fred, and she was Daphne.
And that was another thing, too. I'm sorry, but now I'm on a... Go ahead, I interrupted you, I'm sorry.
But then our dog was the Mystery Machine. We dressed him up as the whole fucking Mystery Machine.
I mean, you could have just went with Scooby.
But that would have been easy, because he's already a brown dog. So we put him as the whole fucking van.
That's another thing, too. All these girls dress... Who's the girl with the glasses?
From...
Scooby-Doo.
Velma.
Every girl dresses Velma.
Oh, yeah.
And it's every chick with like the biggest, fattest ass on Instagram was dressed as Velma. So now I can't.
Jennifer here says, Dennis, you'd look super cute as Barbie.
Goddamn right I would.
WCHS says I'm going to be a nuke. Assuming that's an Oppenheimer reference.
I want to see that.
I want to see that too. I haven't seen it yet. And Danny says, I'm going as C. Thomas Howell in The Soul Man. Look it up, kids.
I'm an advocate, though. I want to see more chubby women dress up. In slutty cheerleader outfits. That I'm on board.
I just like creative stuff instead of just the run of the mill shit. Creative stuff to me is fun.
I don't need creative. I just need, get a little fat, get a little chubby girls. You do your thing this Halloween. Maybe it'll turn me into a fucking better mood. And then give me some candy.
Only if you're of age.
When it comes to candy, I don't care what age you are.
Anyway, let's get to some basketball because for whoever that was that asked about the football talk, I do have a fantasy football draft right after this episode we have here. So I'll probably draft all sorts of people who are going to be terrible this season because that just usually happens. Anyway.
Well, we just spent 10 minutes not talking about anything.
Pretty much Halloween and fall. Mm-hmm. And it's not even September yet.
I am a pumpkin brownie guy, though. You know, the little Debbie pumpkin.
Ooh,
they're shaped like a pumpkin. Yeah, you know.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I also... Pumpkin pie? I'm ready.
Yeah, when appropriate.
The moment I see leaves changing colors, I'm ready.
All right. So anyways, what idiot we have to talk about this week?
The idiot of them all this summer, James Harden. Last episode, which was
I was already pissed
ago,
with the pumpkin spice, and now I'm even angrier.
A couple weeks ago, in our last episode, we talked about how James Harden was in China pandering to his audience. Talking about how Daryl Morey is a liar, he's never going to play for him, so on and so forth. Since then, James Harden gets fined $100,000. And people thought it was just because he made the remarks about Daryl Morey calling Daryl Morey a liar. But the NBA said it is because he said that he will not play for a franchise that Daryl Morey is with. Especially after the whole Damian Lillard thing, when the NBA got in the middle of all that, when his agent was telling everybody that he won't be playing. I don't know. The baby crying goes a little with your talking about kids.
God, I just can't win today.
No, but agreed. At this rate, trade him for pennies on the dollar. I don't give a fuck. Just get him out of here. Just get rid of him. I will take Ish Smith back for James Harden. I don't give a fuck.
That bad?
If it's going to be this the whole time, I don't care. It's gotten so bad that Ben Simmons talked about being okay with going back to Philadelphia. Ben Simmons realized that James Harden's being such a bitch that if he says he'll go back to Philadelphia, Sixers fans are like, I mean, we might do that.
That's how you know when people hate you, is when when they say we'll take Ben Simmons back, you might as well just pack your bags.
Oh yeah. I've seen in multiple Sixers groups on whether it be like Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, people saying, so how about we do Harden for Ben Simmons round 2? As if they didn't just despise Ben Simmons' entire existence just a month ago.
What do you want from me?
I don't
know what to say anymore.
We've talked about
I can't
this a lot.
I can't.
So
he's an idiot. They're all idiots.
Oh, every single one.
But this is the ripple effect that's left over from KD and Kyrie. They're responsible for this. So the Sixers they're just as much of a victim as the Brooklyn Nets were. Except we got Mikal Bridges out of it, at least.
True.
What are you left with?
Nothing.
Tobias Harris.
The ghost of Paul Millsap?
Exactly. So, but this guy is super intelligent, though. You got to give it to Harden, though. What a great the guy doesn't say a thing, and then of all places, he's gonna go and start dropping this is in the Orient, the land of the bless you, honey, the land of the rising sun, or is that Japan? Anyways,
I think that is Japan.
the he's going. That's the best place, and he might as well have just ended that by saying Taiwan sucks, and they and then it would have been like they're already talking about bringing him over, like and playing Chinese basketball.
Oh yeah,
This dude is gonna be worth $1 trillion in China.
if he plays one season there,
He's gonna be worth $1 trillion.
oh, by far. You know how like that the Saudis offered the one soccer player like $1 billion? China's about to offer James Harden $10 billion.
Oh my God! That if he went over and he would have it made. Strip clubs, Chinese food. You know he likes to eat.
So I will say though, I was listening to, I forget what podcast I was listening to. It might have even been just a random one-off YouTube video. Apparently, strip clubs in China are illegal.
That's shocking.
So I don't know if Harden knows that.
Trust me, I'm sure there are plenty of strip clubs available in China.
WCHS here says someone should shave Harden's beard while he's asleep. That would be pretty funny.
Nobody would recognize him.
That's true. Have you seen his pictures from his college days?
He's got fucked up teeth and everything.
That's my one thing. I don't understand celebrities, basketball players, athletes in general, whatever, that have these fucked up teeth and get all this money and don't fix their teeth.
I've been saying that forever. Who did I say that about?
I forget. But even Cardi B. Oh, yeah.
Fix your teeth, Chris.
Even Cardi B, the rapper, for those who don't know who Cardi B is, she rapped in a song, got a bag and fixed my teeth. The moment she got money, she fixed her teeth. I don't understand. The only athletes I get not fixing your teeth until after you retire are hockey players. Everyone else, why wouldn't you fix your teeth?
I never paid attention to Cardi B's teeth. I was always distracted by that ass, that ginormous ass.
I mean, fair assessment. But I don't even know what she used to look like. But all I know is she said she fixed her teeth. So, Adventures with Dread here says September starts Friday. Can't wait for all the pumpkin spice stuff, candles, lattes, donuts, etc. Apple cider donuts, fucking amazing.
See, now apple cider is a complete. Don't lump apple cider in with pumpkin. Apple is a traditional fall. I know, I understand that, but apple is acceptable in September. Pumpkin, we're getting a little crazy here.
I mean, pumpkin is still really fucking good, though. Danny says Harden joining the CCP confirmed. And then he says Brock Lesnar's teeth are still fucked up, but nobody's going to tell him that. See, yeah, I mean, if you're as big as a fucking dude as Brock Lesnar, then yeah, you could do whatever the fuck you want. And nobody's really going to say anything to you. So I get it.
Are you okay?
My allergies these last few
you
weeks.
You got to figure this out here. Your wife's a fucking doctor, and you can't even. Can you, honey? Can you give him something?
It's not. That's the thing. It's not a sickness. It's literally just my allergies.
Okay, but this should be addressed.
I'm on a bunch of allergy meds.
Okay, well they're not working.
I know. That's the bad part.
Honey, fix it. Fix this.
I'm trying.
I'm talking to her, and then while she's at it, write me a script for testosterone.
I'll let her know. Send the address of the closest pharmacy.
And medicinal marijuana.
But anyway, yeah, James Harden. I mean, I agree. He played to his audience perfectly. I mean, it doesn't get much better than saying all of that in China about Daryl Morey.
He's a genius.
He could have been like, tomorrow we behead Daryl Morey, and China been like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Right.
So he
We're going
literally,
to kill him.
yeah, anything about Daryl Morey, and they'd be like, yeah, let's do it. But anyway, getting away from James Harden, since we're talking about international topics, France, the French, specifically Rudy Gobert. We're talking to you.
Your man's.
Eliminated after 2 games of the FIBA World Cup. Their latest one, and I will show. We got videos now. I'm picking up clips here. We got.
Oh, we're high tech.
Yeah, exactly. We're getting advanced in here. Against Latvia, without Porzingis, France loses and gets eliminated from the World Cup. And going into all this, not only, they have Rudy Gobert, there was rumors about France trying to lure Joel Embiid to play for them. And then Nick Batum talks about how he's not going to retire because he wants to play the Olympics with France and everything like that. And then Evan Fournier talks about how he's so frustrated not playing much for the Knicks and how he ended up not, pretty much not playing at all, and that he's a better player than they gave him credit for.
Wait, is he lumping 2 things together?
Pretty much.
I mean, he wasn't playing for the Knicks because he wasn't good anymore.
And he said he definitely had enough to give and play for the team.
I mean, okay. Whatever you say, Evan. You and your $20 million of doing nothing. Whatever you say, pal.
Adventures with Dredd here says, I liked and subbed. Thanks for the
Dredd.
sub, Dredd.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Or ma'am, whatever.
Yeah, true.
I don't fucking know. But thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. But yeah, so he's talking about how he's better than that. I mean, to be honest, if you can't even beat Latvia, are you better than that?
No.
Exactly. Who else is on Latvia that even plays in the NBA? Is there anybody?
I think the Bertans are on Latvia.
Okay.
Maybe. I get those countries mixed up.
Yeah,
those really European countries?
Yeah, all their names start sounding similar.
Right. Well, that's kind of racist, but I'll roll with it. And then we have some nice, TCL refrigerator advertisements in the background. I think I have a TCL air conditioner. I think it's actually pretty good.
Doesn't TCL also make TVs? Or am I thinking of something else?
Which they probably do.
Probably.
Because that's where we're at with this game. When this is how much that France sucks that I'd rather talk about an air conditioner.
Exactly. That's what I mean. But so you were right, by the way. Bertans is also Latvian. So it was just him and Porzingis.
I know my shit.
Porzingis isn't playing.
I know my shit.
I don't even know if Bertans is playing right now.
One of them got hurt.
I know Porzingis got hurt.
No, I know, but I think because I think there's more than one. I think there's at least 2.
Oh, okay, I see. But, yeah. So France lost to them. And then Latvia goes and loses by 30 to Canada. So
Canada's pretty good.
Canada's very good. Canada beat France for the first game by 20. And then they go and lose to Latvia, so that eliminates France from any medals and the knockout
I can't keep
rounds.
track of any of that, by the way.
I think you just had to win at least 2 games in your pool to advance to like the playoffs of the tournament.
Yeah, okay.
And Dredd said, "Yes, ma'am is right."
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
man. So U.S. already won both of their first games. They're into the knockout stages. I gotta say, Austin Reeves is looking pretty damn good. He's looking like Team USA's best player so far.
No, he's not.
He's been the most consistent.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Anthony Edwards, he hasn't been shooting that good, but he's been productive.
I mean, Brunson's been good too.
Bancaro,
Yes. I was just going to say that.
who may get some time at center for the Magic now all of a sudden, because apparently he can block shots because he blocked 4 against fucking New Zealand.
Yeah. He's been good in the low post defense, low post offense. He's even been good on the boards. I mean,
he didn't play that well against who whatever. They played somebody.
New Zealand or Greece?
Greece.
Yeah, Papagiannis. Didn't Papagiannis used to play in the NBA?
I think he still does.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I remember hearing his name. I'm pretty
He's
sure
one
Papagiannis
of those guys
is old.
You can't keep track of those guys because one day they're on the Cavs and then the next minute they're on the fucking Spurs 2 years later, and you're like, oh, there he is.
Exactly. It's like, oh, I remember that guy.
Oh, Papagiannis. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, FIBA World Cup moving along. Canada looking good. Germany also looking good. Germany took down Australia. Australia was supposed to be one of the favorites as well. So,
but where are we getting this favorite stuff?
I guess just the international.
I know, but where would anybody's right mind say Australia's a favorite with that roster? Joe Ingles?
I mean, out of the countries in it, they have some of the most NBA talent.
Yeah, but a favorite for what?
To win the World Cup.
They ain't winning a World. What are you talking about? The favorite to win the World Cup?
I think they're one of the top 3 or 4 favorites.
Get at it. No.
I'm pretty sure it's U.S., Canada, Australia, and then the last one was either... what country is Luka from?
Slovenia?
Yeah. Either them or Germany, I think, was the 4th one.
I mean, Germany, okay. I mean, yeah. You have that Australia roster. It's not like they have Ben Simmons or Kyrie Irving.
Australia, I know they have Thibault, Giddey, Patty Mills, Ingles. Jock Londale was supposed to be, but he got hurt. Jack White, I think.
I have their roster.
Oh.
Jack White, Thibault, your mans. Oh, here's another guy, too, that you drove me fucking crazy a couple of weeks. Duop Reith, remember? You were one of...
Yep.
Patty Mills, Nick Kay, Joe Ingles, Chris Goulding, Josh Green, Josh Giddey, Dante Exum, Dyson Daniels, and Xavier Cooks. And, you know, their best guy is Giddey, by far. Patty Mills is way past his prime. Joe Ingles is about a knee injury past his prime. Yeah.
I mean, so far, Australia's 1-1. I think, yeah, they have to beat Japan to make it to the next stage.
Now the Watanabes are waiting for him.
Watanabe is Hachimura playing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Japan just beat Finland. That was the first time apparently they've ever beat a European country. I didn't know I didn't know Japan has never beaten a European country until
It's
now.
funny, too, because they just legalized strip clubs in Japan. So now all the guys are fired up.
Did they really?
No, I don't know. I just made
I was about to say.
I was
I
going
was
to
like,
say,
how did you know that?
all the testosterone finally flow into their nut sack, so they're starting to play a little bit better.
Tread says, you mean Kyrie Irving isn't injured?
Kyrie's
I mean,
he's injured. What a buffoon.
Exactly. They didn't even ask Ben Simmons to be on the team.
Shocking. Wow, really?
If I remember correctly, the coach was like, "I'm not going to beg Ben Simmons to play." So if he
good, because I want to work. People have been begging him to play for years.
People have been begging him to play since that Atlanta Hawks playoff.
It's series. Please shoot the ball,
just from anywhere, even a layup.
Do it. I don't care if he shoots from half court at this point.
Exactly.
Just do something.
Anyway, moving on. I want to get to this Evan Turner piece real quick, and then we'll do a quick Northwest Division preview. But I have the video from what Evan Turner said here. Did you watch it or no?
No.
Okay. So we'll get your reaction live here. So let's bring this up.
Shit, no, I'll tell it. Like, go ahead.
You got to be the vehicle.
The vehicle.
Okay, you got to be the vehicle. No, it's real, though.
No, I remember we were about to play Game 7, 2012. So we were about to play the Celtics or whatever.
Game 7.
So I'm hype as hell. I'm like, yeah, bro, we got a Game 7. Like, woo out the bam. Like, this is going to be lit. So Eldon's like, we're going to have to win by 15 just to win by 1. So I'm like, what you mean? He's like, bro, this is the NBA. It's entertainment. Like, LeBron is in the Heat or waiting. Would you rather watch the Celtics or the Sixers play the Heat? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm on the team. I wouldn't even watch the Sixers play the Heat type shit. Like,
you gotta appreciate it.
But mind you, I'm young, 22, 23. I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? So it's like, so we get in this game. You know how much money the NBA is gonna lose? Like this, type shit. I'm like, I guess like a decent amount. It's like, would you watch that game next week if it was a Heat versus the Sixers? I'm like, nah. It's like, okay then. So like, that's why I'm telling you, take M's and M's from this. I'm like, what? He's like, millions of memories, because this is entertainment.
Damn, that's a bar.
And he said, as long as you know that, don't act like your OG ain't tell you.
That's crazy.
That was my second year, 2012. I remember sitting.
Give me.
First off, I always thought Evan Turner's voice is hilarious. Whose voice do you think is funny, Evan Turner's or Patrick Mahomes?
I think Kawhi Leonard's laugh is the best at anything.
Oh, definitely.
You can't top that.
1,000%. 1,000%. But
it's always funny when guys' voices don't match their body.
Oh yeah.
Like Mike, I'm not even gonna go there because I don't want to get my ass kicked. And you want to know something? I actually met the champ, and he's probably one of the nicest guys.
Oh, I don't doubt that at all. He seems like a really down-to-earth person, to be honest. In his podcast, isn't his podcast he just like gets super high and then just talks to people?
That's what we should start doing.
I'm down. Anyway,
send me that script.
I mean, obviously, I remember it, but I don't know if you fully remember the 2012 playoffs when the Sixers beat the Bulls, because that's when Derrick Rose had his major injury. So the Sixers as the 8 seed beat the Bulls as the 1 seed. And then they went on to play the Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce Celtics. Went to Game 7, and Evan Turner said Elton Brand is the guy that was telling him, oh, it's like, this is entertainment. So the refs are going to be biased against the Sixers. So if we're going to win, we have to blow them out to make sure that the refs don't dictate who wins and loses. Essentially is what he was saying.
I mean, the refs are biased, but not in that way.
They definitely have the people they hate.
Absolutely. So, do guys like Luka, Draymond Green, do those guys get a? You got it, stem cells or something. You got to do something.
I'm
Guys
at least
like
muting myself so people.
I appreciate that. Guys like that who just are a constant pain in the ass are going to get teed up. So yeah, they're on a short leash. Those guys, so they're going to get teed up a lot quicker. So if you're talking about bias in that respect, then yes, it's 100% true. Now, when you start saying stupid shit like the game is fixed and the refs they have a certain agenda and they want this to win, if that were the case, yeah, that is so stupid. I mean, you want to make yourself sound like an idiot? Like say stupid shit like that. That's like something Kyrie would say, like the world is flat, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be out here saying that like the NBA is fixed or anything. I don't think it is. However, I do think that when it comes down to the playoffs and getting better ratings and things like that, I do think that the refs could skew some calls the way of the team that they want to win.
Oh, absolutely. Like if there's teams, the league wants some teams to win. They want the teams to win that bring the highest ratings.
Exactly. Like they definitely are going to want like LeBron and the Lakers to win. They're
Right.
going to want Tatum and the Celtics to win because those are the two historic teams right there. And then after that, you just go for all the big names. You want the Warriors to win. You want Steph Curry to be in there. You want Giannis to be in there. Like you want all those guys for the ratings to be in there.
But do you think the NBA was like, you know what? Let's get Nikola Jokic into the fight. Like I love Nikola Jokic. Basketball fans love Nikola Jokic. But when you're trying to get like that casual fan to turn the TV on, nobody knows who the fuck Nikola Jokic is.
Oh, yeah. I was just about to say, this year's finals is not at all what the NBA wanted for entertainment purposes.
No. Shut up, Evan Turner. Your boy.
I hated Evan Turner.
Well, he was your man's, so.
But
that's a nice studio, Gilbert, or we gotta get something like that.
I agree. If only the three of us, or even just two of us, lived closer, we could maybe like set up some kind of studio.
But yeah, we'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll find something. But I just thought it was interesting because, like,
do it in a strip club.
Yeah, there we go. I thought it was interesting just having like Evan Turner is like this. It was only like his first or second year in the league when he was on that team, and then having Elton Brand be like, "Relax, nobody wants to see us win this game. So if we're not winning by 20, we're not winning." It's like, wow, that's a real go get 'em attitude.
Yeah, that's a guy you want in charge of your team.
Exactly, and then him saying, "I wouldn't even want to watch us play LeBron in the Heat." Like, what?
Honestly, though, in his defense at that point, I don't think they gave a fuck who was playing LeBron in the Heat, as long as it was LeBron in the Heat in the finals.
Oh, yeah. And that's the thing. Whether it was the Celtics or the Sixers, the Heat weren't going to lose that series.
Yeah, nobody gave a shit.
Yeah. It's funny because like one of the things that people remember that series for the most now, the Sixers-Celtics one, is fucking Uncut Gems, that Adam Sandler movie.
I've never seen it.
I highly recommend it because it's actually a very good movie. I'm
still stuck on Billy Madison and Big Daddy.
Oh, I fucking love those movies too. I just rewatched Billy
I
Madison
wipe my
and
own
Happy
ass.
Gilmore. Oh god. If only he was still putting out good comedy movies like that.
And that Veronica Vaughn. What a hottie, though, huh?
I just love the names of like the girl who's supposed to be the hot one in every one of his movies were just so like Pam Anderson-esque.
Well, Veronica Vaughn and Billy Man, I don't even know what her real name was, but I'm gonna put her right up there with like Denise Richards. You're too young for this, but there was a movie called Wild Things with Denise Richards, and there was a scene where she dressed up as like a schoolgirl,
Okay.
and then there was another scene where she came out of a pool,
Okay.
and I probably was 13 or 14, and I could not tell you for the life of me what the fuck was going on with my body at that point in time. But when I saw that stuff happen, I was like nauseous. I was shaking. Like I had no idea what was going on. It's been that way ever since. Whenever I see a,
Just start shaking.
just like the power that women possess.
I mean, true.
They rule the world. They just guys don't realize
ability.
it, but they rule the planet.
They have that ability.
Hell yeah. Sure. If you haven't watched Wild Things, Denise Richards, I highly suggest you go back and watch it. And it was on VHS, and that was like pre-internet, so the only way I could get my rocks off is by rewinding a VHS cassette tape.
Oh my god.
Yep. I'm a loser.
Well, I'll have to go find the VHS.
Something about those VHS tapes that really do it for you.
I mean, the VHS just gives you that real old school feel.
It's that grittiness to it.
Exactly.
And my buddies, and we used to pass around tapes, if you know what I mean. Well, we used to pass around wrestling tapes, but there was also more wrestling tapes or more kinds of tapes we would pass around.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Wrestling tapes.
Well, there was real wrestling tapes, but there was also other kinds of tapes that we would pass around.
Okay.
And by the time I got my hands on some of these tapes, like the tracking, like it would be that movie would be played so much that by the time you got it, it was so distorted. You had to hit the tracking button about 800 times. I mean, it was a disaster. Then you had to hide it. You didn't want anybody to find it.
Oh god. I gotta say, I can't relate, but it sounds like a great time.
It was and it wasn't, because you run the risk though of like your parents, your mom finding it when she's like putting your laundry away.
Well, I mean, wait, where? Hold on. When she's putting your laundry, you put it in with the laundry?
I mean, your clothes away.
Oh, like you put it in like a drawer or something.
Well, what do you do with clothes that you fold?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You put it in a drawer.
Right. So where else am I going to hide this thing?
Anywhere that people wouldn't look in.
All right. Well, if you think you were that smart, go back to 1996 and try to hide that, and I guarantee you'll get busted. Dave, what do you think? You're smarter than you think you can hide a VHS better than I could?
I would just hide it by my school stuff because she knows I'm not doing school stuff.
You would think that, but these moms,
No,
they don't fuck around.
I know. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, so literally nowhere was safe.
So she had nothing else to do but to snoop around your room.
Exactly.
See what the hell is going on. See if any of the weeds in there, the marijuanas, and porn, and wrestling tapes.
Oh, God. Anyway, let's get to this.
Mom, can you stop touching my tapes?
Seriously, like,
I'm not hurting anybody. I mean, for crying out loud.
Don't be a cock block.
Right, Mom.
God, Mom. Let's get to this Northwest Division preview here. So, last season, I'm pretty sure everyone knows by now, the NBA champions come from the Northwest Division. The Denver Nuggets, they finish in first. Minnesota comes in second. Thunder third, Jazz fourth, Trailblazers fourth. Or fifth, sorry. I can't count today, apparently. So here's the standings on the screen for those watching at home. I mean, to be honest, in terms of my preview for this division, I see it pretty much. I just see the Thunder going up to second, and then the rest of it staying the same. I still see the Nuggets coming in first. Jokic is still the best player in the league. The Thunder are getting a lot better than they used to be. Shea and Giddey are fucking great. Jalen Williams is great. Both Jalen Williams. Chet Holmgren returns. Oklahoma City is going to be a very, very good team. And then the Timberwolves still have Rudy Gobert and Cat somehow trying to play together. I love Anthony Edwards, but the rest of the team is very just eh. The Jazz are still eh. Portland is going to be terrible, especially when they get rid of Dame. So, yeah. It's kind of how I see it.
I'm gonna give you a number right now. Okay. 35.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you another one, 56.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you another one, 68. You know what that is?
What?
Those are the amount of games Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has played in each of his last 3 seasons. 35, 56, 68. The Thunder they have the potential to be a lot better. However, I can't trust Gilgeous-Alexander stay healthy. On the flip side, there is a guy who could stay healthy, and there's a guy who's playing his ass off in the World Cup. His name is Anthony Edwards. That dude is about to take such a leap. It's not even funny. I think the Timberwolves are going to be a lot better than they were last year. Their bench depth, whatever. But I think the fact that Anthony Edwards is so available, Rudy Gobert, I'll give it to him. He's relatively durable. And if Cat could just stay healthy, because we never really saw that team get a chance to gel, to be fair.
True.
Cat was hurt for a huge portion of the season. But when he comes back, he has to realize it's not his team anymore. Anthony Edwards is at a place now to where he's going to get noticed as becoming one of the best players in the NBA. I don't hate the Thunder. I love Chet Holmgren this season. I think he's going to be fantastic. I just don't trust anybody, and even him, he's still unproven in terms of whether he can stay healthy or not. The Thunder need to stay healthy. And I'm talking, and not even Giddey. I'm not even really talking Giddey because Giddey's been hurt enough, and one of the 8 Jalen's, whatever. But Gilgeous-Alexander needs to stay healthy. Chet Holmgren needs to stay healthy. If those 2 guys stay healthy, doesn't matter who else really gets hurt. They have plenty. They have a pretty deep team that can help them get through. I was going to say weather the storm, no pun intended, but. It's all going to come down to that. The Jazz are going to be a lot better. Walker Kessler is looking like that dude right now.
Yeah, he is.
They did get Collins from Atlanta, which is going to be... I think Collins is going to be a lot happier in Utah than he was in Atlanta because finally he's dealt. They've been talking about dealing him the last 3 seasons or so. That can't be good for anybody's psyche. So he's finally at a place now where he's going to feel wanted. And, Lowry Markkanen, he had an all-star year last year. Their biggest question is going to be at the point guard spot, what's going to happen. They're talking about moving Colin Sexton. You hear that. What kind of guy is Colin Sexton going to be? Are we going to get the Cavs version of Colin Sexton, or are we going to get the guy that, is just like, whatever. But the Jazz, and even Kelly Olynyk was playing great, in FIBA. So, I'm not, discounting the Jazz at all.
And Taylor Hendricks, their 1 draft pick, is supposed to be very good.
Yeah, the Jazz aren't a horrible team.
And
So
Keontae George. I forgot about him too.
yeah, the Jazz aren't a they could be a team. And you want to know something? All four of those teams in that division could make the postseason.
True.
And the Blazers, I don't really want to harp on that too much because we've talked about it, but the big question mark, we all know what the big question mark is. I'm not even going to talk about it because I don't want to talk about it. But the longer this goes, I mean, we're approaching September. The offseason started basically when guys could start getting signed and blah, blah, blah at the end of June, at least making verbal agreements and stuff. So we're all the way in September now, and Lillard is still in Portland, which makes me think like there's still a chance that he could still stay in Portland. He seems like a reasonable guy. If Lillard can stay there and the fact that they got Scoot there now, like actually all five of these teams can make the postseason. Because when you look at the other teams around the league, like the Clippers, I'm not really sold on them. But it's going to be a tight race in the West, but it's not because the teams in the Northwest are going to be that horrible. It's just because so many of the other teams, like the Kings, the Suns, the Warriors, they probably will be, they'll be there to knock some teams down a peg.
Yeah, no, I agree with the fact that the Jazz definitely are not just like a walkover team. I still just next season don't see them climbing at much past what they are at this moment, especially because some of the younger guys still have to develop, like Keontae George and Hendricks, and then see what they're going to do. Are they going to keep Jordan Clarkson for that much longer, or are they going to use him as a trade piece to bolster the younger part of the team since he's going to be past 30 if he's not already?
Well, whatever they get for him, though, it's going to be significant because there are teams out there who want to get their hands on him.
For sure, definitely. Any competing team could use Jordan Clarkson.
But I don't know if they want him gone. Like, I don't know.
It doesn't seem like they do right now. It seems like he's a big part of like the team chemistry.
And I think Walker Kessler now is a guy who's going to be a stable contributor, like a double-double guy with a couple blocks every night at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not talking he's going to score you 20 points a game, but I'm telling you he might score 10, 11 points and get you 10, 11 rebounds and swat, 2-3 shots.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I looked over because the door opened and it was the dog just poking his head in.
It's a ghost. It's a ghost of Rudy Gobert in Utah.
Oh, God.
But yeah, the Nuggets too, like speaking of the Nuggets, they lost Bruce Brown, which is not ideal at all.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to hurt more than...
That's a big part for that team. Big part for that team. But the thing is, the way Denver's still set up, I still think that Denver is more built for success than anyone else in this division.
Well, they have Nikola Jokic, of course they are, and Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray, like toward the end of the last season, he started to like creep back up to where he was pre-knee injury.
Right.
So I think it's good he took some time off this summer because you don't want to put too many miles on him right now. They lost Bruce Brown. Vlatko Konchar he's probably going to miss the entire season with a knee injury, which is unfortunate because he was a guy that was supposed to get a little bit more minutes. Jeff Green's not there anymore. So, I mean, Jeff Green's not he wasn't like a significant contributor, but he's a veteran guy who offers leadership.
For sure.
So it's going to be interesting to see if like Reggie Jackson could be a guy that the player he was like for a couple seasons in Los Angeles. Aaron Gordon is just Aaron Gordon. Michael Porter Michael Porter going to stay healthy? Because that's always a big question mark. Like you always think like this could be the end of Michael Porter's season. You
And
know,
not just that, but like, say even if he does stay healthy, like he hasn't shown that he has the ability to be what he originally was touted to be. So if he does stay healthy, can he take another step in his development to actually be the player that everyone thought he would be? We've seen flashes of it, but we haven't seen it consistently.
I think it's hard though to be consistent though on that team when you have Jokic doing everything and then Murray doing a lot. It's hard for other people to get involved.
That's true. It definitely is a.
I mean, when you look at guys like
spots kind of thing.
When you look at like Kyle Kuzma,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he wasn't really doing much. Like he was a good producer, but now that he's in Washington, he's going to be probably a lot more consistent offensively.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean.
Know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Just trying to be cool. Didn't work. Now my allergies are going. I think you're rubbing off on me.
Don't blame it on me.
That didn't sound good, but
You've had a lot of things that have gone.
yeah, whatever. What are you gonna do?
But yeah, no, I still see. I see Denver, Thunder, Timberwolves, Jazz, Blazers. That's how I see this division. What do you have them finishing as?
I think that I still think the Timberwolves are better than the Thunder.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go the Nuggets, the Wolves, the Thunder. If Lillard comes back, I'll put the Trailblazers ahead of Utah. If he doesn't, I'm gonna put Utah ahead of Portland.
Yeah, that's a good distinction. If Dame does stay and does play, then yeah, I have them ahead of Utah as well. But I'm banking on him leaving because
I don't know. I'm not that sure anymore, man.
I mean, it's definitely not like a foregone conclusion like it sounded like it was before, but right now I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I just don't see him staying there for the whole season at least.
Well, I mean, I think if he's gonna go, he's gonna go. Like, I don't see him as a guy who's just gonna play just to want to get traded. I think his heart is always in the right place.
True.
He's a reasonable guy. He's not like James Harden in any capacity. James Harden doesn't care where he goes as long as he goes somewhere and gets what he wants. I think it honestly hurts Damian Lillard to want to be at this position, and I honestly don't think that he even wants to leave Portland. I think he just he's just trying to make a statement. You know, I think this is him like finally putting his foot down and making Portland think really long and hard about what they're going to be doing because he obviously he wants to win a title, but nothing else he's ever done has gotten through to them. So, yeah.
I mean, that's a good point.
Yeah, I have a lot of good points.
All right. I mean, we don't have to get that far ahead here.
Yeah, you know, I'm more than just good looks.
I'll give you that.
Thank you. I know my way around a pizza.
Same. But for those, we'll get a longer division preview when I don't have a fantasy draft. But unless you have anything else to get off your chest, I think that's it here.
No, I'm starving
this week.
Starving.
We can get to the rest of your fantasy basketball rankings next week.
I'm probably going to change them, to be honest with you. They're probably going to be updated here.
Well, then we can look at the updated
right.
ones then, because that's even better.
I'm down.
So, all right. Well, that is it here for us. Thank you, everybody that joined us. Thank you, Danny, Dredd, Jennifer, WCHS. Thank you, all of you guys, for joining, talking, subscribing, liking. We appreciate that. For all of you, we are on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell below for notifications. It lets you know when we go live and when we drop new videos. We're going to have content throughout the week going forward from our episodes and from random things if news breaks. Also,
I don't know what hitting the bell means, but do it. whatever.
There's a little picture of a bell. It means notifications. That's like right below the screen, somewhere down here.
I just watch people get tased on YouTube. That's all I know how to do.
I mean, that's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Quick, DK Metcalf or T Higgins?
T Higgins.
Done. I've made 3 picks so far. I got Travis Kelce, Jacobs, and T Higgins.
All right.
Not terrible to start things off.
I'm biased though because I like the Bengals.
I know. I figured you would pick Higgins.
Yes.
But anyway, that's it for us. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening to another episode of the Atlantic Files, the #1 podcast on the #1 division in the NBA, brought to you by the Underdog Sports Podcast Network. And we will catch you guys next week. Peace.
Hit the bell.